It helps that it's brand new and I don't have to worry about it so much.
Yeah, the only boating experience I had as a kid is my dad had a Harley that he sold, and we bought a Renault 16 foot with a Volvo V6 in it. It was a really nice, just cruising boat. Could do tubing, could do wakeboarding, but it wasn't a wakeboard boat, and it wasn't just a floater. And we took it out to Canyon Lake, if I remember right. It's either Canyon or Apache. No, it was Apache. I remember the tall cliffs. And we were on the water less than an hour and the transmission seized up.
Oh,
And we spent the rest of the time waiting for a boat to come by. It wasn't a very busy weekend to tow us back in.
oh,
And
that sucks.
I got the worst sunburn on the top of my legs because I just sat in the boat or I jumped in the water, but like just sitting there waiting with my legs kicked out, just burnt from the top of my toes, top of my foot, top of my leg, all the way down. Come to find out, when they prepped the boat for delivery, they left the screw out of the transmission oil. There was some loose plug, and it drained all of the transmission fluid into the belly of the casing and fried it.
That sucks.
Yeah, that was the only time we ever took that boat out, too. It sat in the garage for about a year after that, and my dad sold it and bought another Harley.
I grew up on a rowboat.
Yeah.
That was fun. Just
I grew up indoors. I burn so easily. I don't really go outside.
well, we were kind of on the poorer end of things, so we didn't have things inside. We had to go play in the dirt.
Yeah, I remember that. My friends and I having dirt clod wars. We go find a pile of dirt at a construction site and throw the dirt clods at each other.
Yeah, use a stick to hit them with.
Yep. Good times.
Hope they don't hit the neighbor's window.
And there's nothing wrong with beating your friends up with nature.
Nope. Had a good time doing that.
Yeah, one of my good friends is in town right now. He's hanging out, messing with my dog. So I look over, he just hits his head. I'm like, yep. Ain't nothing wrong with beating each other up with nature.
No, unless it's poison ivy, and then that's just me.
That's where the rule of thumb came from. You're allowed to beat your wife with
Your thumb.
a piece of wood no wider than the width of your thumb.
Aiming for that though. Perhaps it should have been rule of wrist.
All right, guys, it is 8 o'clock. Dick Nichols is with us, which means we are ready to rock and roll. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Marla. Good morning, Dick. Isaac, how are you this morning? Moose, please don't use a squeaky right now. And Jason Thompson. Good morning, Melissa. She's coming on audio right now, so she'll hear us in a second. You have a couple minutes for people to start rolling in. We'll start discussing how our week's been going. Good morning, Ms. Robin.
Good morning. I liked your video, Robin, on Facebook on your story.
Thank you, Dan. That was so crazy. I know you know what you're talking about, but that video got more views than anything I've ever posted in my life.
That's awesome.
Do tell me that I know what I'm talking about more. Please don't build my ego.
I was gonna say, don't feel his ego anymore.
I want to challenge, like, who didn't do a video yesterday? I know that Dick sent me his. I got Robin's. I got Teresa's. Jason sent me a video that was a Keller testimonial, which was cool. Marla wasn't on the call yesterday. Marla, we talked about how sending a video to our sphere of influences can be powerful in the response and the message for the masses. And it changes a voice message to a video message where you get to express a little bit more personality. You get to build a tighter bond, and then you become a little bit more dynamic as their agent of choice in the future just by having a video be your presentation or video being your contact. So I challenged everyone yesterday to do that. You're on mute.
That's something I've never done, so it's new to me.
A lot of people haven't. And I want you to think about this. If it's something you're afraid of doing, it's probably the same thing with the majority of the marketplace. So if you can push yourself out of that comfort zone and become able to send some videos and be comfortable getting in front of a camera and be comfortable tripping through your words. I mean, my PC agents, I put the video up of the video I cut for my recruiting calls.
Mm-hmm.
36 different attempts.
And some
I
major F-bombs.
and I cut together some of the funnier bloopers. And it was, but I want to show you guys that it takes time. You want to build your scripting down. You want to practice it. You want to take your time. And the finished product you guys haven't seen yet, but it still sounds kind of like I practiced it and went through it. And I tripped a little bit, but it's not flawless, which is good.
Right.
But I want to show that even a scripting person like myself that does it day in, day out, still takes the attempts to get comfortable to get on it, because when you start recording yourself, you start becoming super critical and your brain gets in the way. But yeah, 36 different attempts to get a minute and a half video out.
Wow.
And some of those glitches were a little funny. Yes, and quite a few colorful responses on my end in frustration. I wanted to show you guys that I was real. I wanted to show you that this is part of the process, and that it's not always just a flawless, wake up, do your hair and makeup, rock on the day. Sometimes you got to put a little bit of work into it.
Well, I know one thing. My grandson, he laughed till I thought he was going to fall on the floor at your Facebook video when you're showing your home.
Yeah,
God, have fun with
that'd
them.
be great. Yeah.
Well, guys, if you want a perfect, flawless video, then you want a commercial on TV, and most people turn out to commercials. When you do something that's really you, and you come across as being real, people will watch it.
Yeah, be real. You're 100% right. Be real. Morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Kester. How are you, mister?
Good.
So, round 2 today, right? Round 2. Today is Wednesday. We are halfway through our week. Have you accomplished what you need to accomplish this week to be successful already?
No.
It's a weird thing to ask, right? It's Wednesday. We have 2 more days left. We're going to talk today about the effectiveness of front loading. Who's heard the term front loading? Exactly, right? All right, let me ask you all a question. In your day-to-day lives, and this is family, work, anything else, do you find yourself at the end of the day being tired, less motivated, and just wanting to sit and relax sometimes?
Yes!
Every day.
Every day, right? Do you wake up in the morning and you're like, you know what, I got a lot of stuff to do. I better get it done before the day gets too long?
Yes.
And you find yourself getting a ton of stuff done in the beginning of the day, not
Yes.
so much as the day progresses? Guess what? That's front loading.
Okay.
So same principle goes with the week. Our days need to be front loaded, so the toughest, most difficult activities need to be done up front. What is one of the toughest, most difficult activities for a real estate agent?
Lead generation.
Why do we ask that you do it early in the morning?
Get it
Most
out of the way.
effective in the morning, because you are more apt and able to rock on through your day. This is a typical sleeping schedule. I'm not saying somebody that's going to do it, work all night and then go ahead and do their lead gen right before they go to bed. No, it's a typical sleep schedule in your early time frame doing your lead gen. Same thing with your week. You are more apt and able to get more done earlier in your week than you do later on. Now, even bigger, same thing with your month. Need to set your monthly goal early on. If you want to talk to 200 people, you need to make 200 people your first week's priority. Because what if you get 60 of them done? You got 60% of your, you've got 25, 26% of your month done. Next week, you talk to another 60. You're at 120, 80 more to go. Next week, you do 50. Okay, great. Now you've only got 30 people to talk to that last week, and that last week, you're probably dog tired. So front load your days, front load your weeks, front load your months, front load your years. That's only going to be how you break out your goals so that you can have a more successful period on time, so that your willpower, and that's your driving force, is your willpower to do work. Every action that you choose and everything that you are forcing yourself to do is taking away from your willpower. There's a great book. It's How Full Is Your Bucket? I don't know the author, but someone else can Google it real quick, I'm sure. It's a quick little read. It's a great little insight that talks about everyday activities, decisions, and choices take away from our bucket. And at the beginning of the day, the bucket is full. At the end of the day, the bucket kind of rinse down. So, Tom Rath. How Full is Your Bucket by Tom Rath. Thank you, Garrett. So, great little book. If you haven't, audiobook it. If you want to read it. I recommend it. It'll help you understand the dynamics between some people too. So, it's this principle in action. Every decision you've got to make takes from your bucket. Everything you got to force yourself to do takes from your bucket. So, go ahead, Dick.
Yeah, Dan, you just gave me an idea. If, let's say we want to do 10 lead gen calls today, right? Well, that 10 reminds me of a countdown to launching a spacecraft. So you start with number 10, and then 9, 8, and when you get down to after 1, you say blast off, and you reward yourself. Create a reward for accomplishment. You know, it's like the horse who wins a racehorse who wins a race. They take him to the winner's circle. They put the flowers around his neck. Now, believe it or not, that horse knows something good happened to him, and he wants to get back into the winner's circle.
So I expect to see pictures of you guys with flowers around your necks.
Absolutely, and spurs on.
Hey, Dan.
Wrap this up.
Dan, not to take away from the flower situation, but I did want to back you on that book. We're all either bucket fillers, very positive people, or there's bucket depleters. And I found myself dealing with a bucket depleter last week. It was trying to take of my time and draw me into some drama of their own. And I was able to listen and then just walk away. I was respectful, but I found that I made some progress with not getting drawn into things that would have taken me hours to help somebody address that they just wanted to vent, probably.
Oh, yeah. People that are genuinely interested in others are naturally bucket fillers by nature. That's just how you are. You're energizing of people. And those that are more inclined to find the darkness in every day, we know people like that. Shake your head if you do. Yeah. Those people are naturally attracted to positive influences because it's a filling source. And we don't want to be rude and say, listen, I can't talk to you right now. You're too much. So we strap on the feedback and let them go to town. And it's all about guarding your energy. And you're going to have clients like that. So how do you handle clients like that? It's just like Hope said, you listen and you just let it go as soon as you leave. We're going to mix a bunch of theology together. We're going to mix a whole lot of ideas. And one of those is going to be be a duck, right? Let it just roll off your back.
Yeah.
Roll off your back. So that's one of those, my favorite things is the duck analogy. Even in life, be a duck, calm on the surface. What everyone sees just floating around is calm but what happens underneath? What do you see under the water? Them little feet paddling like hell. Nobody sees the work. All they see is what's happening on the outside. So that is our morning motivation, a little bit of mindset, some awesomeness for us. Where do we want to work on today with some of our scripting and role play? What can we help you with? What can I help give you today that'll make you more successful?
A Rolex watch.
Okay, what is a Rolex watch going to do for you, Dick?
Well, it makes me feel a lot better.
Tell you it's time to lead generate?
Yep. No, I'm just funning with you. You know, what can I say?
Dan, maybe overcoming objections for referrals. I finally did get 2 referrals from a friend of mine, but I've been working on her for 2 years now. She has not wanted referrals of her own. She's a hairdresser of mine, a friend. And she said, I work out of my home. I really don't need any extra business. And I said, well, I finally said that may be so after dropping her off business cards time after time. But I said, she remembered that I helped towards her child's IBE, towards the tax credit. And she sent me 2 referrals in the last month. So it's just, I guess, the stick-to-itness and thinking about who our sphere is and who's going to send us referrals. I'm not sure if that would help anybody, but it took some perseverance on my part.
So some business to business conversations, B2B.
Yeah.
I often find agents, and we're talking like, and we'll pin on that business to business, like Emma saying, that a lot of agents forget that business owners live somewhere. We see them as a business owner. Oh, that's Jack. He owns the plumbing company. Where does Jack live? In a house, probably, or in a condo, or an apartment, or a trailer, in a van by the river. We don't know. But Jack probably has some kind of homestead. We need to see people for more than just one avenue. That's very difficult when it comes to business owners. But I think business owners are one of the most successful resources you can have for referrals. It's usually reciprocal. Jack, I would love for you to be my referral partner when it comes to all plumbing needs. And I would hope that you would reciprocate in kind with anyone you know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in a house or a home here in Tucson or anywhere in the country.
And for me, I've found my best referral partners are people that actually I don't use on a daily with my real estate business because they deal with a lot of realtors.
Yes.
I mean, I'm still nice to them. I still do, you know, and I still always ask for the referrals, but my massage therapist, my chiropractor, my hairdresser, my dentist, anybody that is my eye optometrist, those are where I've gotten the most referrals, people that talk to a lot of people every day about nonsense crap, and people just kind of pour into them. Personal trainers, it's like they're a head doctor for everybody except for themselves. And so they just tell them everything. So anybody in your sphere that has a job like that, that is really one-to-one with people and they always make connections, those are the people that you really want to have one-on-ones with, you know, take them out to coffee or lunch and really dig into their business. Hey, how can I help you? And go through, you know, who their sphere is and, you know, what kind of people they're looking for. And because we talk to people all the time too, right? We have people buying and selling and moving, and, you know, make up your little, I hand out a book like this, you know, the old style, I guess you can't see it, but anyway, it's one of the card holder books, and it has all of my business to business people to my new buyers and sellers. And so if you go get their business cards and say, hey, I need to fill up, you know, this page that I'm putting into my binder or whatever welcome binder you give people, besides, you know, all your HVAC and, you know, those type of people, roofers and things for their house. But if you give them, you know, a reason to give you business cards, they're going to want your business cards, and they're going to remember that.
Because you asked. Referrals are a big part of your business, guys. You're competing with 6,000 to 7,000 other agents. How do you get your name out there to be number one choice? You don't give 5,999 agents a chance.
You talking to me?
Talking to everybody.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm the most obnoxious self-promoter that has ever lived, I think. But it works.
No, we all know Scott Layman. You're not
You
quite
mean
to
the
that.
guy that we turn the radio station every time we hear his crazy voice on it?
But the people that need his support and that happen to hear that message at the right moment, at the right time, in the right frame of, you know, mind, they're like, you know what? I do need a car, and I do have terrible credit, and I'm afraid that I can't afford a car, but I do have 5 cents, and I would love a $175 payment.
I was going to say, and I got a nickel. I definitely, you know, would call him too.
Drive a nicer, newer car today.
Oh, please, Dan, stop. I'm having a hard morning.
But yeah, so referrals is a great part. I love, let's talk about referrals. Somebody do a referral call on a sphere of influence. You know, that's going to be, you could be a past client, it could be a friend, family, whatever you choose. And let's ask for some referrals. Let's get comfortable asking for some referrals. Who wants to go? Silence in the gallery. All right. Anyone?
I can help, Dan. I'll do whichever role.
Thank you, Hope, for always being willing to jump in. I appreciate you. Stephanie,
It may not be very good, but I'll do whatever other side that you want. I'll be the friend.
Thanks, Dan. Go ahead. You guys are sounding good. I'm listening in this morning. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, Hope, call me.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Emily. How are you doing? This is Hope calling, Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Your friend.
Hey, Hope. How's it going?
Good, good. Say, I wondered how things are going with you and Eric. How are things going in the new place?
We're loving it. You know, having more space, more room for the kids, the pool. It's all great. We're having the time of our lives.
That's wonderful. Well, yeah, I know I've seen a lot more of the kids out on their bicycles these days. So are your kids part of that?
Yeah. One of them is, and one of them's allergic to sweat. So, you know, we don't.
Yeah, you got to love them where they're at. Well, very good. Say, are you been working from home a little bit more?
Yeah, my massage business is going well. I love having my own little massage studio in my house. And so, yeah, my clients are starting to come again, and it's been good.
I'm glad. And Eric's job, he's doing well?
Yep, he's doing great.
Right.
How's your business doing?
Good. Hey, great. I'm glad you asked. Thanks to great people like you, I'm getting some great referrals, and business is great. And speaking of, I would want to work with people just like you and Eric. So is there anybody you can think of that I could call today that may be interested in buying or selling?
Well, I was just talking to my cousin about the amazing job you did for us, because I'm not the easiest buyer there is. A little picky, I know, but you did great with me and all my bipolar idiosyncrasies there. So, yeah, I was just talking to my cousin the other day. I should pass your name along.
Yeah, please do. I wouldn't say that about you, Emily. you guys were some of my favorites. But having said that, sure, I'm happy to reach out to your cousin. What's her name and number?
It's Susie Jan, and her number is 555-234-5, something like that. But yeah.
Great. I'll reach out to her a little bit later today. Hey, if you would reach out and just give her a heads up that I may be reaching out, okay?
Okay, sure. I'll text you both to introduce you.
I appreciate that. And I want to thank you also for getting that Facebook referral for me, giving me a 5-star review. So thanks so much for that.
You're welcome. Anytime, friend.
Very good. So, hey, what do y'all have planned for the summer?
Lake house at Lake Travis for a week to do some boating, and 4th of July at my parents in San Clemente, California.
Goodness. Well, take me with you. For the San Clemente part anyway. I could use a little cooler weather.
Amen.
So speaking of that, is it still one of your plans to buy a boat out there in having something you could get on a boat when you're in California?
No, we believe in renting those darn things because you only use them for 2 months out of the year. So we'd rather spend $2,000 in July and not have to deal with it the rest of the year. So no, not gonna do that right now.
Understood. Well, real good. Well, hey, I know you got a lot going. If there's anything I can do I will reach out to Susie. If there's anybody else you can think of, be sure, to reach out. And I sure appreciate you and Eric. Okay.
Hey, no problem. Have a good one.
All right. All the best. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Ford calls, right? Ford calls is all they are. Ford calls. If you don't know what Ford means, you need to write it down. I know we've had talks about this in past calls. That was great. Bringing up Q information about the deal to help reinstall the relationship, which was, I like that. That was good stuff, because what that does is it brings people back to the moment when you were helping them most. And when you're helping them most, then ask for a referral. You know what the best time to ask for a referral is?
During the transaction.
During the transaction. When they say thank you for anything, it creates a reciprocal opportunity, because you have given them something and they have said, thank you. Thank you for opening the door for me. Hey, that's great. Do you have anyone that's looking to buy or sell houses I can talk to? I mean, don't be that obnoxious about it, but that gives an opportunity during the transaction. And
And
that's
I haven't been really great at it, but the comment of, you know, at the beginning of the transaction, you know, I plan to give you 5-star service. You know, if, you know, there's some great scripts there that is really smooth into that. And I need to work on those ones. So if to put them into the transaction more, I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago or something, but yeah, just have a good 1-liner, 2-liner that's not obnoxious. But if I can give, you know, service, if you like the service I've given you, yada, yada, yada.
I promise to give you a world-class experience, and in return, I expect that you will share my information with those that you know, like, and trust that are looking to do similar, so that I can help them in the same manner that I've helped you.
Hey, Dan, I got a quick question.
What's up, Mr. Isaac?
Hey, sorry about that. I was on the way to daycare with my little boy, so I just dropped him off. But quick question on the type of script to use when, so for example, I'm originally from West Virginia. That's where most of my sphere is from. I was born and raised there. And I've been trying to think of ways to get in touch with real estate agents back there. I mean, I know a couple, but I'm just looking for a better way to approach real estate agents that don't know me, that are back in West Virginia, and asking them if they would be open to me referring people that I know from back home to them.
That's a simple conversation to have, Isaac. Ring, ring, Isaac.
Hello.
Hey, Isaac, this is Big Dan Caldwell here at Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. I trust I caught you at a good time.
Yeah, just fine. How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. Well, I was going over our database, and I saw that you're an agent out in the area I used to live in. And I just
sure am.
I want to reach out and make a connection. I still got tons of friends and family out there that are, you know, every now and again looking to buy real estate. I'm trying to create a relationship. Are you my guy?
Hey, I'd be more than willing to help you out.
It's that simple, Isaac.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure that, like, there wasn't anything. I mean, I'm a rookie here, so I know I'm going to ask some dumb questions, but I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure that I'm approaching other real estate agents out of state in the right way without offending them in any way.
Yeah. What up, Street?
I was gonna let Isaac know what I do sometimes when I'm in command, and I'll go over and check on the referrals. And one day I cut and pasted just the same line, you know, something like, hey, you know, this is Teresa. This is also networking with other Keller Williams agents, of course. And I hit California, Florida, some different places. I do had a referral I needed to send to Florida. And I sent out 98 referral requests within probably 10 minutes, just cut and paste. And out of that, you know, I'm still getting more in, but I had 20 the first day. So I got 20 referrals, boom, the first day, just by a text message. So you can do that as well if you want to just get a lot of referrals, even from the nation, you know, not just back where you live, but it's.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So the great thing about Command is it tracks our referral patterns for our marketplaces. So if you want to go into your Command, Isaac, under your referral, click on the map, click on referral patterns. It's the third drop down on the right. You can see referrals out, referrals in, change those. Go make friends in those markets. Go do Facebook ads. Everyone, go do Facebook ads and Google ads in those markets. Thinking of moving to Tucson? I'm your girl. I'm your guy. I'm the go-to resource.
Resemble that.
So when you're asking for referrals, both professional lines or personal lines, it's very simple. It's coming from contributions, coming from a great place. And if you haven't talked to them in a good long while, strike up a conversation, do a forward call, family, occupation, recreations, and dreams. Re-engage the relationship, remind them of something that happened in the transaction. If there was a cat that they tried to steal, or There was a dog next door that was super loud and obnoxious, but was super friendly once the gate was opened. Like say, hey, is that dog still next door? And it'll trigger these emotions back when they were in your service and you were helping them buy the house, sell the house, what have you. And it creates that void of reciprocation where you can now ask for a referral, and it sinks in a lot more than just saying, hey, this is Dan over at Keller Williams. Do you have someone I can talk to you today? No? Okay, I'll call you tomorrow. Hey, it's Dan over at Keller Williams. Do you have somebody I can talk to? No? Still no? Okay, cool. Hey, he didn't answer.
Hey, Isaac, just for a mindset, a truly professional realtor, one who is surviving the business and doing well, doesn't get offended by someone calling them up and saying, hey, I'd like to do business with you. Can I help you or can you help me? I mean, don't worry about offending anybody. You're not going to, if you offend somebody, move on to the next person, but don't worry about that.
If they don't answer their phone, move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, I got a question for you.
What's up, Bill? I'll get back to you, Teresa.
Good morning. I had an appointment with somebody last night that is, they want to buy a house, and they're from another country, but they've been here 5 years, and they've applied for citizenship and all of that. Is there anything I need to know about that because they're from another country? Any certain thing I got to watch out for or anything?
No, as long as they can qualify for a loan, you're fine, but that's going to be difficult to do without citizenship or a long-term visa. I don't know if they give visas for 30 years anymore. Also, talk with your lenders if they're doing that. If you're paying cash, no issues at all.
No, they got a good credit score and all that, but I just wondered what I need to watch out for about that.
When it comes to a foreign entity, even if they've got some kind of short-term visa, a work visa, 5-6 year visa, most lenders, most banks will not give a loan as if the loan expires, if the loan termination is past the expiration of their visa.
No, they plan on staying here.
Yes. The only thing you got to worry about is if right now they're on a visa, they're not citizens. Once they become citizens, it's a normal transaction.
Yeah, and just make sure their cash, wherever their down payment is coming from a U.S. bank, not a foreign entity bank. It's easier that way.
Thank you.
So yes, Teresa.
The other thing is look at the buyers, your purchase agreement. There's the FERPTA for foreign people. They have to be protected. You have to collect. I'm outside. It's a certain percentage. Look on that contract, or a certain percentage of tax that has to be collected during escrow. So for foreign people.
I guess the lender would try to help me understand all that, huh? The lender would help me understand that.
Yeah, but for us, it's in the contract. Yeah, because it's re-irritate, not re I can't talk this morning. Anyway, but it is, I think it's called FERPTA. It's for foreign entities buying, and it's there, the contract, and I forget the percentage, but it is income tax that has to be collected at the time of sale. So.
From everybody else, it's not from another country?
No, you don't do that if they're U.S. citizens. It's just if they're foreign people, you have to do that. So, and it's it could be quite a bit of money, so they need to know that.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that then. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Look at the purchase agreement. It's on there. I forget what page, but it's in there.
I'd like to make one more point. All right. The month of May, we saw over a 17.7% increase in retail sales. That's the all-time record in the United States. Prior to that, it was 6%. People are in a buying mode. That's why you're seeing a lot of people out there, a lot of action going in our market. Right now, everything is in your camp. Everything's going your way. Don't forget it. Be excited, be positive, and make everybody feel that there's something good in them, because you will get more business.
Absolutely. All right, Jason, you got your hand up.
Yeah, I was just going to make a comment on the conversation that you had also with Isaac and with Hope's call. Both of those, only thing. Huh?
Is there a button to raise a hand?
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Did you do that?
Down button, Mom.
Okay. Sorry. Anyway, what I was saying is that Hope's call and then also your call, Dan, with Isaac. The only other thing that I would suggest is who said it? Anyway, she said that the massage Hope's kind of was a one-sided call, that she was looking for referrals, but Emily mentioned that she was a massage therapist. I would recommend asking, once she's giving you referrals, is there any way that, what can I do to help your business as well, so that they also feel like you're giving back to them? And that's, am I still on?
You're still on.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah. So then there was when Dan made the call, Isaac, he was saying that, hey, I want to be your man. Do you mind being the person that I refer to? Obviously, you said no, but right then I would also ask, hey, if you have somebody coming into Tucson, I would love to be your man as well.
Oh yeah, definitely extrapolate on that. I just wanted to show them how easy it is to start the conversation up. But Dick hit it on the nose. Don't ever feel like you're bothering them. Trust me, we're agents. We love referrals. Referrals mean that we have a 60 to 70% chance of gaining that client. A lead means we have a 1 to 10% chance.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. All right, guys, it is Wednesday, June 17th. It's a great day to be an agent here at Keller Williams. And I'm going to challenge you, if you have not done it yet, go and make a video, little 60-second long video, little care call video that you can send to your clients, social media, Facebook post, Instagram, direct messaging, texting, whatever, what have you. Get it out there. You'll be surprised at the response. Okay? Who's in?
You are.
I like that.
All right, guys. I'll see you on the All Partners call at 9 o'clock. You got 30 minutes to go get your dates in order.